Okay, so it sounds like we're gonna go ahead and jump over to KYW right now, CBS Philadelphia on our main channel here. I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna reset our radar here. It looks like we're on the air. If you're watching soccer right now on CBS News Philadelphia, I want to give you guys an update. We just got a tornado warning that came down from the National Weather Service. Now, this is not in the immediate Philadelphia area, but I do at least want to pass along this information to you in northern Northampton County. Once this graphic shows up, there we go, northern Northampton County. So there's the northern part of Northampton County right now. This is a tornado warning, so it just came down. There's the potential that we could have a tornado on the ground. It's moving to the north. This tornado warning goes until 4:30. There's enough of spin in the atmosphere right now. You can almost see it. In that last frame, there's a little bit of a hook there, that little wedge that's taken out of the radar. That's where we're seeing a little spin in the atmosphere, and that storm is tracking to the north. The warning goes until 4:30, and it's going to continue north out of northern Northampton County into Monroe County. Bigger picture, just to show you what's going on around the rest of the region. We've had a fair amount of showers and storms, especially north and west of the city, but all of our southeastern Pennsylvania counties here are under a severe thunderstorm watch. Now, remember, the severe thunderstorm watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of a severe thunderstorm. Now, anytime you get a severe thunderstorm, there's always the possibility that there's enough wind in that storm to where if it spins enough, you could get a tornado. So that's in case in point to why we do have that tornado warning in effect for northern Northampton County. In terms of the radar, scattered storms to the south and west. Nothing severe back towards Lancaster, Berks County, even a couple of those storms that are moving through Montgomery County, up here Montgomery County into Berks County and Bucks County. Those are all moving to the north with that one lone tornado warning that is moving through northern Northampton County, and then of course farther north up into the Pocono. So again, if you're just joining us, you're watching us here on CBS Philadelphia, we've got this tornado warning. This goes until 4:30. And this is for northern Northampton County. And then around that, you see that other orange polygon? That is an additional severe thunderstorm warning. So even outside of that red polygon, which is our tornado warning, we have that additional threat for some gusty winds, which could get up to around 60 miles per hour. We've seen some reports from storms, not just this one, but other storms, especially out towards Berks County, where these storms have taken down some trees. And we've got some reports of some downed power lines. So all of this is sort of in the realm of possibility, even though we don't have any confirmed reports of that particular cell actually producing a tornado. We got to pretend like there is a tornado on the ground. If you're in that polygon or around that area of those storms, just get to that innermost room, get away from that threat. The storm will move to the north, and the storm will clear the area within probably the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. Again, those of you who are just joining us, tornado warning, but those storms will start to clear out pretty quickly. So it's 4:07 right now, and we're going to see a lot of these storms not just move to the north, but even the storms that are out there, they're going to start to lose their energy, which is really coming a lot from the heating of the day. The sun came out, really produced a lot more of that instability in the atmosphere. So as we go toward 5 o'clock, maybe a trailing isolated storm up into Bucks County, and maybe a few more up into Lehigh, Northampton County. Those will move to the north, and then I think most of the rest of the night's rain-free. Maybe overnight we could get into a couple of very few passing showers here or there, but we're not going to see any storms with that. That would just be a run-of-the-mill shower that'll move through, and that may even continue into the early morning hours tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a lot better conditions for us. No storms, and in fact, temperatures will be in the middle 70s, which is where most of the area from Philly and Point South are right now, with 60s and some of that rain-cooled air up into the Lehigh Valley. But with this tornado warning, we've got Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly standing by. Bill, I want to send things over to you. You've been tracking this storm, been looking at the different dynamics of this. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, so kind of tracking this out. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. It's an active weather day. We have the tornado warning that Grant has been telling you about, and it's this one here for Northampton County up into Monroe County. Okay, so it is in the far reaches of our area, but this storm is strong enough that we have the rotation. It's moving to the north at about 20 miles per hour. So as I put the radar on, I'm going to put this on and I'm going to loop it for you. Okay, and so what we're watching is we're watching this cell right here, just north of Plainfield, moving out of Northampton County and into Monroe County. Look at all these lightning emblems too. Each one of these are cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. So we have the strong winds, we have the tornado potential there. It is a radar-indicated tornado. In fact, I'm reading the warning right here that came down from the National Weather Service, and they're talking about the radar indication. It was capable of producing a tornado. In fact, let me put put the severe warning back on. I'm going to get you localized, and then I'm going to track this out for you. It's a part of this severe thunderstorm watch box or warning box. The severe thunderstorm is the orange. The tornado warning is what you see here in the red. It's moving to the north at 20 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail is going to be possible with this as well. So we're looking at Stormville, Arlington Heights, Penn Argyle, Delaware Water Gap, Tannersville, East Bangor, Marshalls, any of these places. If you know somebody in this region, please help us with the coverage. Give them a call. Maybe they didn't get the alert. This storm system is moving in their area. In fact, I'm going to do one thing before I track this out for you. I'm going to look at what's called the velocity data. It's not seem to be showing up on that one. Let me try a different one here. See if we're looking one other. This is a product that helps us look within the storm and see where that potential might be. So I mentioned Stroud, most likely right in this region here, although I will tell you the radar is looking very high up in the sky this far away from the radar site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to track this out for you. I'm going to use this part of the storm here, just north of Interstate 80 and Route 209. And I'm just going to give you kind of a big wider track on this up to the north, extend this on out really over the next hour. Okay, we're not going to go well out in time. Analomic, hope I'm saying that right, 418. Price right around 430. Again, these storms are moving a little bit different in the direction than they normally move. They're moving from the south to the north here. We got East Anglers right around 434. My clock right now is reading a 410. Barrett at 447. Coveville at 451. What can you expect? Well, what I've done is I've tracked out the strongest part of that storm. Some of these places, like Price, for example, you're already getting rain. I'm sure you're hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning if you're looking off to your south. I've tracked the heaviest part of this storm where we would most likely have some of this rotation, and when that part of the storm may get into your area. And so what do? Okay, you're under this tornado warning. You want to get into the center part of your home. In fact, while we're doing that, let me put the, let me put this outline. You can see here, this red box here, and then goes up to there, includes Price. That's where the tornado warning is. I track some cities outside of the actual warn box right now, just to give you a heads up ahead of the storm. Situation like this, if you can get into a basement, it's the best place to be. You want to keep in mind that what's dangerous in a tornado is the stuff that the winds are picking up. The winds by themselves are dangerous, sure, but you have maybe shingles and branches and rocks and things like that, and in violent scenarios, things that are larger. And imagine those things sliding around. Just looking at the National Weather Service chat here, if there's any updates for you, and they have not at this point at 4:11 had an update on that particular warning, which, by the way, expires at 40. Let's see, go back over here, 4:30. So this will expire in the next 18 minutes or so. But you want to get as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Keep in mind the stuff flying around is what's dangerous. Any sturdy structure is better than anything that's not sturdy. Cars are bad places to be. Mobile homes, bad places to be whenever there's a tornado warning. Because again, if you visualize these winds cycling around and you don't have something that's anchored to the ground, they could easily be picked up or at minimum toppled over or damaged because they are not secure structures that are in place. But that is what the Next Weather team is tracking right now. The overall risk, I'm going to take a few of these things off and kind of reset here for just a moment. So what we're looking at, where you see this red polygon right here, that is where the active tornado warning is. This is the Lehigh Valley. You have Allentown and Bethlehem. You folks are not in the warning. Mount Pocono, you're technically not in the warning, but you are in the tornado warning. But you do have a severe thunderstorm warning overhead. A newly issued warning has extended up to the north as well. And this isn't the only part of our area that's dealing with the active weather. Here's what we have right now and what we are tracking for you. So the shade of pink that you see, and this does include Philadelphia. This does include all of Bucks County, Mercer County, Montgomery, Chester, over to Lancaster, Berks, up through the Lehigh Valley, as well as areas much farther up to the north, going past the PA-New York border. This is a severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect, and the watch means conditions are possible. The watch itself is up right now until 8 o'clock tonight, so we got another 4 hours or so. These storms are generating in the peak heating of the day. There's enough motion out there, there's enough movement that these storms are being driven from the south to the north, tapping into some of the energy that's out. You feel the humidity if you walk out, and you certainly, we have the sunlight, which we were telling you yesterday, if we get that, is going to ramp these things up. It's going to give it some extra energy. And again, I'm keeping it on the bigger picture for just a moment. The heart of this system is back here to the west. Until that system moves across, we're going to be under this threat. We're in the most immediate threat now because of the, again, peak heating of the day, added energy there. We have the extra lightning strikes. Now, when the sun goes down, These will die down a bit. I'm not going to say they're going to be completely over after 8 o'clock, certainly, but a lot of this energy will occur at this time of the day. So severe thunderstorm watch means the conditions are possible for the development of whatever it is we're watching for. At this point, severe thunderstorms. Now, the classification for a severe thunderstorm is winds 58 miles an hour or greater, hail an inch in diameter or greater, which, by the way, National Weather Service talking about. We saw some video out of Limerick, I believe it's Montgomery County, earlier pea-size. We didn't see any inch-size hail, which is the size of a quarter, but that potential is there. And, of course, a tornado. Any one of those three things would classifiably make a thunderstorm severe, and sometimes you get all of them, right? In this particular situation, this storm here, I mean, look at, I'm going to go back to Bangor right now. There's a plain field, and just over the last 30 minutes, and this is really over the last 15, right here where my finger is, you can see how this went from nothing to all of a sudden fired right up again. Hold on, there's an update from the National Weather Service for the tornado warning. They are going to continue the tornado warning. Okay, the one in Northampton has been canceled, okay? As we were showing you, it's moved across. They're going to keep it in Carbon County until, they're going to keep that till 4:30, remains in effect until, in Monroe County, sorry, Monroe. In Northampton County is canceled. Okay, so that's the update right now as the storm system has moved out. So let's get another track for you. If you're just joining us here, we do have the split screen. We realize the game is on. We want to make sure that we protect life and property, and we do the best that we can here to get you the information. Wow, I know many of you are tuning in to see the game. That's why you have the split screen on there. And as soon as this warning is canceled, we will go back off to that. We tell you what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue this coverage on our streaming platform. We'll be off the air here on KYW, but if there's another warning issued, we will let you know there. For now, go back to Soccer Full. We'll continue this coverage, CBS Philadelphia, on our streaming channel. All right.